Here we go. Who the hell are you, man?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
We are the Knights
Nerd! Hold on to your butt.
And now for something completely different.
Hello out there, and welcome to the Knights of Nerdatude podcast, a podcast for all things nerd. I am your host, Sean, and I'm here on the Skype hotline with...
Excited for Fast and the Jurassic. It's Sam.
Just like Bruce Willis, I swept the Razzies. It's John.
Just excited for this hodgepodge of the Oscars.
Well done.
I have no comment.
No, you didn't
Oscar.
even have a name, apparently.
Nope. It's Chris. It's Chris. Oh, it's Chris.
Yep.
See,
Cad
sometimes
Chris
you
Bane.
just forget.
I had to think about it. I wrote it. See, I wrote it down on my Post-it note, but I forgot.
Your name?
Yeah.
I am... Chris.
I need it. I'm gonna be like the 50-year-old dude who needs a name tag sewn into their clothes everywhere.
We're gonna
I know
get
it's
you a
not
teleprompter.
I know it's not funny to joke about that, but that's where I'm going.
All right. So we got some stuff. If you listened last week, we jumped ship on doing the 2022 preview, so we're doing it this week. We've got the Oscars nominations were just announced, which is awesome. So we're going to talk about that. The season finale of the Book of Boba Fett happened, so we're going to talk about that. But first, Sam, we got some news.
Yeah, I finally have some news. Feels all weird. Yeah, so I think this is for the 15th or 16th time. Futurama is coming back.
Woo!
But the big news is so far in the announced cast, John DiMaggio, who does Bender's voice, is not part of it as of now.
That's got to change.
The rumor I read was he wanted as much money as Billy West and what's her name, Siegel.
Katie Siegel.
Siegel.
Yeah.
He wanted as much as them that they were getting paid, which makes sense.
Oh yeah,
the three leads are Fry, Leela, and Bender.
Right. And even all the promotion that I've seen for the revival has been Bender.
Yeah, but
or shall I use his full name, Bender Bending Rodriguez?
But John DiMaggio has not commented on it. The only comment he said is thanks for the support, because fans have been saying they'll boycott it if he doesn't get it. He says, thanks for the support, and I'll keep you updated. Or updates to come. So maybe they're in talks. That would make sense. But so
I mean, I can't see this show going on without him. Honestly,
It's gonna happen with or without him anyway.
That
well,
seems
it's
like
been announced.
I'm kind of shocked that's a stumbling block, especially given that it's like Disney, Hulu, Fox, whatever you want to call it. Because it's not like he's getting paid it's not like they're offering to pay him like a tenth of what they're gonna pay the other people. Like how much different could it actually be?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like this is like a shot in the dark, not sure if this will stick or not. It's got a fan base.
It's IP,
people
brother.
are gonna watch it. Yeah. So why not?
And of course, what have I been watching the week up to here? I've been rewatching Futurama. Like last week, I was like, or earlier this week, I was like, I haven't watched Futurama in a while. Let me watch it. And then
you skipped the dog episode, right?
Oh yeah, I can't do that to Jurassic Park.
And then the other one I usually like, a great episode, but I can't watch, is the Lucky 7-Leaf Clover episode.
Oh yeah.
That one gets me too.
Show has these weird moments where it just all of a sudden is like, oh, this is really depressing.
Yeah. Sucker punch to the gut.
More important for Hulu. The Orville is coming back.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
saw. I don't know how that's more important for Hulu.
Yeah.
Because all those Orville fans out
Yeah.
there.
I like the Orville. I thought it was fun.
That's
good.
All right, so there's one of us.
I dislike Futurama, so
That's fine. There's two of us that like it. 2.5. John, I feel like you're impartial.
I've never been a big fan, but it's not like I don't like it. I just haven't really watched it. That I was gonna say that would be a great one for this like idea I have that I'll never actually do, but like I feel like would be helpful of like, okay, a show like that where it's not really serialized. Give me like I want to watch like everything that's been done, but like the 40 most important / best episodes. Like just give me whatever that list is.
yeah. You can't watch The Simpsons anymore. You have to get those like 100 best episodes or what is the Halloween ones? The
Treehouse of Horror.
yeah, you just gotta cycle through those. You can't go back and
Yeah,
watch
but-
all
So-
700 episodes or something.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
700.
always I've always stood by. I mean, this is when like it started to decline, but like you can really see the decline of The Simpsons in the Treehouse of Horrors.
Although with The Simpsons, you could probably just watch like three through 7, like seasons 3 through 7 or 3 through
easily.
8 or something like that.
Easily.
And like, that would just be fine for like a rewatch too.
Yeah. Speaking
So
of
that's
Matt,
probably like what 100 episodes.
yeah, it's still a lot, but like every single one is gold. Like they were just on a streak. Like there's like no bad episodes in there. It's great.
What year was what year? Like an
90
actual, was it 90
like
something?
early 90s to the late 90s.
Yeah,
wasn't
like
allowed
93,
to watch The
98.
Simpsons. So
No,
Yeah.
not allowed in my house. By the time I was allowed to watch it, I was getting the reruns at like the absolute before it got super played out, but like coming off of the peak. So, but not like peak. Not like
Remember
the
when
really
it was
good
on like twice a day? Like the reruns. It
like
was on
two separate times or just
how we
back
had like
to back?
Fox 64 and Fox 25 for a while.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Cuz we're in that weird area where it's like we're technically close enough to Boston where we can get Boston's Fox, but
yeah,
and like
I still get both
we also
channels.
got Providence. Yeah, you're like right there.
Yep, I'm not liking that because there's blackout on a lot of it.
Oh man.
Well, just with football.
Speaking of Matt Groening shows, has anybody actually watched Disenchantment on Hulu by him?
No,
Yeah,
not
like-
since isn't it Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, sorry, Netflix, not Hulu.
Not since it first came out, and I watched it like 3, and I was like, yeah. All right.
All right. Anybody else?
Nope.
No.
No. I'm completely up to date, and the new season just dropped. I think today. That's why
Jesus.
I asked. It's a good show. I like it. It's funny.
I don't doubt it. There's just a lot of TV, and frankly, too, like if I wanted that, I would just go back and watch the classic Simpsons episodes.
Yeah, but I can quote classic Simpsons. Like at least this is something like new. Whereas with
Fair
classic
enough.
Simpsons, I can be like, I want this episode, which usually ends up being Cape Fear. But I mean, because it's the best episode ever.
All right. Well, anyway, big things with Hulu.
Yeah.
Fan base is
Yeah.
gonna get swole.
So let's pivot to some real serious things. And the big season finale, the last installment of IP until I guess what May when Obi-Wan comes out in the Star
Yeah.
Wars universe.
Yeah.
And that is the finale of the Book of Boba Fett.
We're getting spoiler heavy, by the way.
Well,
FYI.
yeah, we're talking
Well,
about the
yes.
Yeah,
finale.
Yeah, I'm just. Well, it
All right.
did
No,
only
no,
come
no,
out a
no.
day ago. We have to say it.
Yeah. All right.
Fair enough.
Spoiler: there is no book.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't shut a book. He doesn't close a book at the end. Like, wouldn't that have just been the natural close of him just closing a dusty book for some reason?
Can I let me preface this by let me start off with this. What is your favorite? We've already been through this exercise. What is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Jedi. Sorry.
Yeah, Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. No, you have to specify now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Return of the Jedi, clearly.
Yes. Well,
That's
some
fine.
people might be the last Jedi. Like the
Okay.
fact that they named it that kind of ruined the fact that you can't just say Jedi.
All right, Sam.
Yeah, of the standard movies, probably Jedi.
Yeah,
Or
John.
not last. Return of the Jedi.
See?
Yeah,
See,
no,
you're
we
doing
all
it
know
too.
what you're talking about. Nobody in their right mind would ever say Last Jedi. Anyway, John, is what? Is it one of the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. We're all one of the original. Now, let me ask this question.
Okay.
What is your favorite Star Wars property? Is it the video games? Is it the books? The toys? The TV shows? The cartoons? Or the movies? And be more specific than that. I'm not going to lie.
God.
I'm not going to lie. The Mandalorian TV show as a whole is becoming my number one Star Wars thing. Above all the movies, the toys, all the games, and stuff. Granted, I haven't played all the games, but like it is becoming my number one of Star Wars. Like this is Star Wars to me. Convince me otherwise. I'm like that dude who sets up the folding table outside. Like Mando is the best thing about Star Wars ever.
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong.
And I'm taking it, Chris, you are going to take the incredible bold action of lumping this into Mando,
Yes.
even though it's technically a separate show if you go into Disney Plus.
This, and I don't know, I forget who mentioned this, but it is so true. The Book of Boba Fett show makes me like Mandalorian more and more and more and more.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not fair.
that's not fair. But like at the same time, like the minute they switched over to Mando, I started loving the show.
Yeah, right?
Like I got excited for the show as soon as we switched over to Mando. Before that, it was like kind of a slog to get through, and you're like, yeah.
It really was, man. And then, like, when he, Boba Fett's more or less not been in the last two episodes, and then when he's in this one, and it's on him to speechify and to be like, oh, look, not in the action scenes, but, like, at the end, like, when everyone's, like, bowing to him, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't care about him. Boba Fett.
Right?
I actually maybe care about Boba Fett less than before. And truthfully, if this is the Star Wars crime show, I'm going to like burn down Skywalker Ranch. Like if we never come back to like this kind of world, I'm like out. Oh, I'm not out, but like, that it just this could have been so much more. And like honestly too, it's like had one hand behind its back with Boba Fett. Look, I don't want to be negative. This was a good finale. This was okay, guys. That last shot scene with Baby Yoda in the astromech thing.
Just
That,
banging
like,
on the glass.
Like, I can't believe how much that made, like, my heart melt. And I'm, like, not that guy at all, but I was just, like, so happy in that moment.
Wasn't it that moment and then the moment where he just kind of like leaps out of the thing to give him a hug?
Yeah,
It's
when
just-
he force jumps.
I was like almost crying a little bit. It's just, it's okay. I'm getting teary.
And like when the Mandalorian realizes he's wearing the armor.
yeah, you're wearing the shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's so odd. You get more emotion from Mando, who's been in that suit, than you do from Boba Fett, who actually takes his helmet off.
Yeah, you get more emotion from the speechless puppet than you do from the badass guy
right.
under.
I don't. It's not that I'm defending it, but like, I honestly, we talked.
Starting it like that is not.
I know, no, but like, basing everything that we know about the show based on what we've talked about in the past, like, even Morrison was unhappy with how he was portrayed, how Boba Fett was portrayed in the show. Like, he was not portrayed well, and you can kind of tell because all the Mando property, like, just go into Mando. Like, there's so much character development in the Mandalorian and all the side characters and stuff. Even like Bill Burr has some good character development in the Mandalorian.
Right?
Right.
This show had none.
You know,
this show had absolutely no character development.
Yeah. I mean, I still think the problem is I think the Tusken Raider stuff, the like what was between, that just should have been an episode though.
Yeah.
Like that would have been a great episode.
I agree. I that was my favorite part of the Boba Fett story.
Like, I honestly, were you guys struggling at all to remember the last 2 episodes? Like everything that happened in the present day part of the first 4? Like the whole, like what happened to the Hutts?
They just left.
They left.
They left because of the Pikes.
It's like it's like the Dolphins.
There's so much.
Kind of just
Like that's all
yeah.
done off screen. People telling like there's no because like they come in and you're like, oh, these are the big bads or whatever.
Yeah,
like
you
a
got
like,
crazy Wookiee.
I kind of like the whole like them being on the what's it called?
Counts.
Thing that they're carried on.
yeah, the bar. Yeah,
the float or whatever you want to.
Yeah, it had a name, but like I kind of like them walking through the streets on that with the drummer. It was like, this is a cool aesthetic. And then we like don't get it anymore.
Where's Danny Trejo? He wasn't in
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's.
He should have been out there with like space machetes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he should have been like the guy who, I don't know, like in Freetown or something like that, who they find and he's like, come join us. Like he's like fighting I was gonna say a sandworm. He's like fighting a rancor and something like that. I kind of just don't understand what the point of the first 4 episodes were. And
There
like,
was none.
I don't know if it was a matter of like Filoni or Favreau just being like really wanting to do the Boba Fett story because, and I don't know, maybe my mind is just like fogging over this and like making it better than it was, but I don't remember Boba Fett. Granted, he's like a side character, but like I don't remember Boba Fett being like as, I don't want to say annoying, but just like he seemed like a real sort of character in when he was on Mandalorian, those last like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like a weak link at all.
No. And he definitely is portrayed almost like a weak link in this show, which is his own show. Like, why? Like, without his armor, when you see him without his armor facing against the stormtroopers, like, he goes off and, like, destroys them.
Right.
And now he's got his armor, and it's...
what's part of it might be is that, like, in Mando, Boba Fett's goals were clear. He wants his armor back.
Yeah.
And then this, like, I'm not entirely sure why he's doing the things that he's doing.
Well, so
I have no idea. Why did he go back to Tatooine?
Bane, but to quote Cad Bane towards the end, Cad Bane's like, I don't understand your angle in this. Like, Cad Bane literally asks the question all of us are asking. Why is Boba Fett doing the things that he's doing? And that question is never answered.
I think what they were going for, which was like, he's sort of learned from the Tuskens of this idea of like community and like protecting the community and stuff like that.
Right. Why Tatooine?
But like, yeah, it's like also why Tatooine, why Jabba the Hutt stuff.
He says this is his home, but
it's not.
But it's not.
Kamino's his home.
Well,
and like,
well, yeah, I mean,
let's.
Is it a home where a place where you were synthetically birthed? Like, I don't know. It's not like
he lived on Kamino for most of his adolescent life.
Do you think he has fond thoughts of it?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably
but like,
not.
but it's weird. Like, would you have fond thoughts of the planet in which you? No, of the planet in which you basically died or almost died and left for dead on.
No.
Like, yeah. So like, why is he like Tatooine all of a sudden? Why Mos Espa? Why not go off planet? And hey, like seriously, I saw a review and it makes so much sense that take this show, but don't do it on Tatooine because it makes no sense that it's on Tatooine. Do somewhere else, and that would make more sense, and it would probably be a better movie. Or
feel like
TV show.
Honestly, as hacky as it was, if you gave him even like a fake love interest, I mean, not like fake, but like, contrived.
Yeah, just crowbar it in.
Yeah, be like, oh yeah.
It could have been that. It could have been the girl from the bar who owned the bar, I guess.
Oh, I guess what I was saying is like make it on that planet where that girl lived, or something like that. Like, give it like a reason. And I think too the thing is Tatooine's just kind of played out, which like
yeah,
is hilarious because now we're gonna get the fucking Obi-Wan show.
Yeah.
But like I'm excited for that. So
yeah,
well,
and I think they'll go elsewhere too, especially if like
Obi-Wan
Darth Vader's gonna be in it.
Obi-Wan's gonna be what? It's gonna be a prequel to
Hope.
to New Hope.
Definitely this.
It's gonna be between 3 and 4.
Well, yeah, he's
you're not
dead.
gonna see any of these characters, so
No.
You could go a few different directions.
You could still see Boba Fett. You could still see Fennec Shan. You could still see Cad Bane.
I'd love if Amy Sedaris' character's in it.
Who is now missing a tooth.
Is she?
Yeah, she loses a tooth in this.
Yeah, she spits it out after the crash.
Can we talk Cad Bane?
Yes.
Yeah,
let's
get into it.
Coming from someone who didn't know who Cad Bane was 8 days ago, kind of wish they didn't kill off Cad Bane.
He's not dead.
He's dead, Chris.
He's dead.
He's not dead. He's there was. I mean, yeah, sure. He looked at.
Always been
There was
dead.
definitely a beeping noise when they were like panning away.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have left a beeping in there if it wasn't for a reason.
He got a gaffy stick through the chest.
Yeah, you say that, but
He's dead.
Who the hell knows?
Yeah, but what was that?
No. Okay. Can I continue? Let me continue for 1 second. You would think he was dead, except there was like that massive droid walking down the streets, and it didn't kill anybody, and it was shooting for a good 10 minutes straight. Like this is Disney, okay? Cad Bane's not dead. That said, I'm really pissed if he is. I'm about 60-40 he's alive, but who knows?
So Chris, like, what was that beeping? Do you have any theories, since you know the character?
Yeah, they don't. It's never really explained in his what it would be for. Like they don't. It's not brought up in the shows or anything like that. So all I know and all you need to know is just he has a suit full of like stuff. Like electronics and gear and stuff. So it might be, I don't know. It might be just a thing that saves his life or just prevents him from dying. Like, I don't know. Honestly, no idea.
Yeah, because
look. Cad Bane is clearly the most dangerous bounty hunter in the universe ever.
Except he's dead.
So why get rid of him when they decide to make a show about the most dangerous bounty hunter?
Well, Chris, what would you say the likelihood... Oh, no, hold on. Yeah. So Cad Bane, originally to you, shows up in the Clone Wars, right?
Correct.
He was in the Clone Wars first, yeah.
So there's nothing stopping him from being in the...
Obi-Wan.
No, the guy from Rogue One.
Oh, yeah, was it Andor?
Yeah. I fucking remember his name, and I really like that movie. Cassian Andor.
Yeah, Cassian Andor.
There's no reason why he couldn't show up in that, and then it seems like he's the kind of seedy character who would intersect with that world. So
he kind of is everywhere, or at least in the show. The way Filoni kind of moved him around, he's kind of everywhere. So yeah, it is theoretically possible to show up in both those.
Yeah,
but. The storyline is tied. Like Boba Fett and Cad Bane is tied.
Yeah.
Mostly for the stuff that never actually got aired. It's the lost episodes. That is like the penultimate point or the ultimate point of what.
It's been aired now because it's on Disney. But...
Yeah. Oh, is it? They're all on Disney?
Yeah, pretty sure they are.
No.
Can I can I make a let me just be a little devil's advocate. Well, no. I'm just going to throw this out there because this has been bugging me.
All right.
Okay. So, and we kind of got into this a little bit last week, but then I listened to a podcast talk about Cad Bane for 2 hours. I'm not going to name it, no free ads, but a lot of things happen in the Clone Wars that are going on in this show as well. And, okay, Sam, have you watched the Clone Wars?
I've watched like 2 episodes.
Okay, so not really.
No.
Curious what you think of this, but it just seems like bad IP management, which, you know, is like nails on a chalkboard. But I think it's for so much stuff to be in the Clone Wars that is then like under-explained in this show, considering like the scale of the two is just like not comparable, is kind of crazy to me. Like, I just think that's like you don't see it at all with Marvel movies. Like there's very small Easter eggs that, you know, don't really matter, you know, but you have a better understanding, say, if you read the comics. Yeah. But everything is explained. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no, you had to be there with like the MCU movies. They're not like, you didn't play this video game.
Yeah.
You know, when it's like a totally unrelated, you know, like look, like this is practically a movie, right? Like the scale of it, would you say?
Yeah.
Sure. It definitely gets as much attention. It's not a kids animated TV show, which, like, I'm sorry, but I'm also like not going to watch 70 episodes of either.
No. And I tried to look at this. You're absolutely right. And I tried to look at this from live action perspective only, because yes, all of that stuff is just filler, and it's great for me. And I knew watching this, you have to watch it without knowing what goes on in Clone Wars. You have to, because the fan base doesn't. Like, sure, the hardcore fans are going to see that, but, like, you get kids who are like, you know, let's watch Baby Yoda. You know, Geneva watches it. Yeah. So, and she's under 6 years old. I'm not going to let her watch Clone Wars. But
really, isn't that?
No,
I guess it's like older kids though.
It's
like,
older. It's older kids.
It's older
young
kids,
teens.
but
It's young
like,
teens.
yeah, I think having Grogu definitely helps for a younger audience, because like they're not going to be like, oh, Mandalorian's doing it. They're just going to be like, Baby Yoda, look at it, it's Baby Yoda. Like, that's all they care about. And luckily he's in almost every single episode of The Mandalorian. So
yeah. Watching this, I tried to look at it without knowing all that stuff, and looking at the Cad Bane thing, you're just kind of looking at it as this is a guy from his past, clearly has a vendetta against Boba Fett, and they have history, and then they don't hash it out, and he gets killed at the end. You don't.
Glad you're admitting to it.
Well, I mean, you're watching it, and they killed the wrong bounty hunter in the show. They killed the wrong one.
No, they didn't. Why would you kill Boba Fett in this?
Look, it's you can go. I guess for basic purposes, you could go off world with Cad Bane, because it really seems like Boba Fett's gonna stay in Tatooine for the next season if they do it next season.
So remember at the end, like just go to the end of this episode where Boba Fett and Fennec are walking through the streets, and they're given like all the mango and whatnot or whatever, and he turns to Fennec and he basically says like, "This isn't the life for us." And
but
like,
who's
if
gonna
not
do
us,
yeah, but they also say who's going to do it. We got to stick around.
And then you stick around for the post credit, and it's what's his face? I'm thinking.
I keep wanting to call him
sheriff.
Cobb Bane,
Yeah,
but it's not. It's like Cobb Drath, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's
what's his face?
The sheriff is
Marshall.
Marshall.
The Marshal. The Marshal is.
I'm glad he's coming back. I love Timothy Olyphant.
He's great, and I'm okay with. And so like him taking over Mos Espa as like the Marshal. Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. But like
Boba Fett, the whole point of the show was epically nothing, like useless. Because it's like he needs to do it for. This is his home.
No, it's a stupid, and I mean, I enjoyed the show for what it was. I love Boba Fett, but what the show was unfortunately, was a way for them to get Grogu back with Din Djarin.
You know what this was? And this is like
That's all this show was.
this
It was
was
a roundabout way
This
of
is a
doing it.
way out there theory, and I didn't even think of this theory until I saw that 20-minute like who is Boba Fett thing at the end. If you just let it go, it's the next thing. Like click next. It's like the something of
Oh, yeah,
history
the
of Boba
beneath
Fett,
that.
whatever
Oh, is
it
that
is.
the like? Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
Sorry.
saw that, and I didn't even think of this theory until I saw her on the interview. Like you could have interviewed numerous other people, but why is she there? Kathleen Kennedy went up to Filoni and Favreau and said, "You need to make a show about Boba Fett." And then they said, "No, we don't want to do it because he's not that interesting." And then they said, "You have to do it, or else we're going to cut your contract." And they said,
don't-
"Okay,
I
we'll make
don't-
this,
yeah.
and then
theory?
we'll just yeah."
This is your no.
This
This
is
is a
like-
horrible theory.
This is one of those like
No.
dark secrets that I
No.
probably will
No.
never.
I think
No.
it's. I honestly legit think that Boba Fett was probably Favreau's like favorite character growing up, and like in the back of his head, he was always like, and possibly Filoni too was like, got to do a Boba Fett thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And, like, I just think the idea just wasn't there, and they
Right.
should have probably passed on it. Honestly, Chris, you mentioned, or maybe Sean did, about him dying at the end, and while, like, it wasn't set up for that, I could very easily see them setting it up, and that being, like, a great, like, send-off. Like, that being, that feeling like a way better ending, meaningful ending than what we got.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, that closes the door, but...
Right. Closes the book.
Exactly. It's the final chapter.
Yeah.
Of the
No,
Book of Boba Fett.
This show, like I've said in the past, it definitely feels like they did it to make a Boba Fett show without any plan, without any solid idea. They pulled things in from the Clone Wars to add to this show, and as a Boba Fett fan, there was so much other stuff that I wanted. Like I've mentioned in the past, like why did he have to take over Jabba the Hutt's syndicate? Why couldn't he create like the Bounty Hunters Guild? Pull in other bounty hunters. Easy way to do that. Like just pull others in.
He would do better. You're right. He would do better as. What about this? He would do better as form the guild again because what's his face is now the where at whatever of the guy from Mando. He's like the not the bounty hunter guild, but he became like a politician or something. Whatever.
Carl
it was.
Weathers?
Carl Weathers.
Yeah, Carl
guy.
Weathers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the character's name, but
What if he creates the guild again, but the seasons are essentially
I mean the guild still
dealing
exists.
dealing with guild members that get out of hand and
Right.
traveling the universe. What about that? Do you
It's-
think that would
it-
fit more?
Helps get Boba Fett off world, which I think is one of the nice things about Mando is that it's kind of new planet every week, whereas with this it's literally like 7 chapters of Tatooine.
Well, that's where you run into the problem, though. We already have that show.
Mm-hmm.
We already have the Mandalorian. You're basically describing the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could. I mean, we've pretty much assumed that Mando is going in a direction of going back to Mandalore to go that route and figure that
He's going
situation
back
out.
there.
Yeah, that would be cool. Have they said there's going to be a Bo-Katan show?
No, not yet.
No.
I don't know if they will, but
I
don't know if
doubt
that
it.
was
I think she's going to get tied into Mando 3.
yeah,
Could
once
be too. I mean, that would be.
Cara Dune is kind of knocked out because of reasons. They'll have to bring in another female lead.
Yeah, I'm ready for that to happen though. For that to be like where they're going, like
Right.
Mando Civil War or whatever.
Can I shoot another like weird theory that I don't know if it's probably not true, but it's just a thought that occurred to me.
All right.
The Mandalorian is not Din Djarin. The Mandalorian is Grogu.
Love it.
The Mandalorian is not. It's not. I mean, yes, there's a planet called Mandalore, but technically, Mandalorian is like a creed. It's from
Right.
everybody from different species and things like that.
Well, it is
Yeah.
now. It is now, but it originally was not.
Well, back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, yeah, sure, but
Wait, what do you mean 70s, 80s, 90s? Like,
it became a creed.
60s.
It became a creed in the shows, right?
No. Before that.
Yeah. Anyway, either way, it was a
A
creep.
Mandalorian is somebody from the planet of Mandalore, and Mandalore is the leader of the Mandalorians. But they do accept in what they call foundlings, which are just like children, like orphans that they bring into their culture and raise as one of their own.
As
They're
Mandalorians.
right.
Yeah.
So, and one of the things is like Jango Fett was a foundling, which is why Bo-Katan's like, you're not a real Mandalorian. It's like, I never claimed I was. It's because Jango Fett did fight in the Mandalorian Wars against the Jedi, but like it's just stuff in the past. But like, no, Mandalorians are not purebreeds. There are foundlings, and these.
Well,
I know, right? That yeah.
But you can get. You're essentially
Just-
can be.
yeah.
Look,
Just
either
like
way.
the Sith are technically a species, not like they're a race.
Well, it's both.
Right, but they're people. The Sith are people who follow that lifestyle.
Also, didn't you think Darth Maul was a Sith, like like that was his race originally?
Oh, like back when Phantom Menace first came out.
Yeah.
Right, before like you
Yeah.
knew or
I
read
guess,
the
yeah.
What is Darth
Discovery
Maul's
or
race?
whatever the hell it is book.
He's Dathomir, right?
Dathomir. Is it the witch? Is that the witch planet?
Yeah, because the witches are the female,
Yes,
and then the ones with the horns are the male.
and that's
I believe that's what it is.
the other the Clone Wars Sith, the woman.
I still
what's her
can't
face?
get over that.
Saj Ventress.
Yeah, Ventress. She's also Dathomir, right?
No, but I think she trained with the witches.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I knew that. Sorry, we're going deep down the hole here.
There are some nights when we really earn the title of our podcast.
This might be one of them.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Baby
Yeah,
Yoda
a
got
lot of
swag. You see, like the walk coming
Oh,
out
yeah.
to do the Jedi mind.
Yeah, no, that's great. Like every time he walks, you just expecting just.
Yeah.
Yeah, so happy they did Grogu as a puppet and not as CGI.
So is Werner Herzog.
That's like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's like screenshot of the Rancor sleeping and Baby Yoda sleeping.
Oh,
right
like
next
curling
to
up next to it, like not just sleeping, like literally like curling up next to it, like
yeah.
Oh, that's great. As a whole, as a Boba Fett fan, disappointment of a show, but I mean the finale was okay.
Dude, he rides a Rancor. I mean, come on.
which is
That's
great,
awesome.
but like
That's awesome.
the problem is Boba Fett's army is a ragtag group of people who never actually developed a character. Like even the Wookiee, like who really
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah, just a Wookiee.
Like
I want
none
the
of
Wookiee.
them.
I think the Wookiee
Yeah.
is a good character to develop here too.
Yeah.
Because you only got access to the one in the
It's
shows,
just
or
this
movies.
show did a horrible job of developing their characters, and it suffered in the end where this last episode should have been amazing. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, edge of your seat. And because I didn't care about anyone, like there were scenes of Din Djarin and Boba Fett flying around on their jetpacks, just like shooting people, getting shot at. Like there's that scene outside of the bar where they're just getting shot at and they think they're gonna like that's it. Like it's a great scene, but like grand scheme of things, like I don't care.
Yeah.
Right?
To that,
This
and
is
I
the
don't
way.
know, I feel similar when we watch the Marvel movies, but I'm like so much more disconnected to that. But I'll be honest with you, I just watched the action scenes of this. I'm like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
it's kind of
and-
cool.
But it should have been so much better.
Looked very like Doctor Who, like CGI sometimes. I mean, it's a TV
Yeah.
show.
It's a
like,
TV
even
show.
if it's a big budget TV show, but like some of the smaller shots like actually look kind of bad.
Yeah.
Or like the quicker ones. But anyway, very excited personally to see what's next. I think they know what to do when they have a good idea. It'll be interesting to see what the Obi-Wan show is like, because it's a little bit, it's not the same crew. It's a different showrunner and all that. I'm sure Filoni probably, they still outline what the story is, but they're going to be, way more hands off. So we'll see what happens. And I'm surprised they didn't tease any kind of Mando, season 4 or 3, whatever.
Yeah, I stuck around waiting for something like that, and all we got was the Bacta tank.
Yeah, that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I called that he wasn't dead last week. So
yeah.
I mean,
What do you think? The weird thing is with him is he's such a side character already that it was a weird that was your after is there going to be a Cobb whatever show?
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get
Vance?
a trailer for Obi-Wan during the Super Bowl? Maybe.
Could.
Yeah, we could.
It's possible.
It's
We did
close.
get.
It's close
We
enough.
did get the first look.
Yeah.
They're done filming, right? They're definitely done filming.
Oh yeah. They're done.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Shall we move on to
Moving on
Oscar,
to Oscars.
Oscar noms?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna spend too long on this.
No,
we do have the preview too.
There's
Oscar-
just a
Oscar noms
few
came
little
out.
things. Yeah.
Best film? Should I just announce the best pictures just to get it out of the way, and we'll just do that?
Yeah, if you
Honestly,
if you wanna
Best
run through,
Picture
go
is
ahead.
the most important of all the categories that anybody should ever care about. It's this is the category where it's these are the best movies of the year.
Yeah. So this is the list every year. We get these best pictures. This is the list of the 1%ers in Hollywood decide is the best movies to watch.
Agree.
We got Belfast,
Mm-hmm.
Coda,
Yeah.
Don't Look Up,
Fuck off.
Drive My Car, okay, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, and West Side Story.
Yeah.
So, just let me preface this. I think it was MovieWeb. MovieWeb posted something on one of the socias, or whatever the plural term is for social media.
Social medias.
Yeah, they said, "What is your favorite movie of 2021?" And I just out of curiosity, I clicked down. I scrolled down for a long time, and keeping in mind of all these nominees, only 5 of them were listed more than once on that message board, and this is the massive disconnect between the Oscars and actual people.
Well, in fairness, the Oscars aren't naming what's the most popular movie of the year.
Correct.
I mean, that's just not what the Oscars are. They're trying to go for what, artistically, what is the best.
Yeah, they're trying to go artsy fartsy with
Which in fairness,
but
popular movies, I mean, they have all that money. I don't think they need a little golden statue.
Look, let me put it this way. Was Black Panther better than Spider-Man Homecoming?
No.
It was nominated for Best Picture.
I agree.
No, I
But
And
I agree with
was
you.
Spider-Man
I don't-
Homecoming
No.
better than at least two movies? Of
What
this list?
what has annoyed me about the Oscars over the years has been they're trying to have it both ways. They're trying to be oh no, we want to honor more artistic films, but at the same time they feel this need to try and be but we'll throw Black Panther a bone.
Well, like you said, this is a callback, but I remember when we talked about Black Panther being nominated, and Sam, I'm pretty sure you mentioned the reason it was nominated for Best Picture wasn't because it was one of the best movies of the year, but because it was a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
For what it did for a culture, as
but
a whole, that's why it was
And
nominated.
what kind of annoys me about that's not what the Oscars are, though.
No, it is not.
Or at least what they're trying to do. It used to sort of be like that. But in the past 20, 30 years, they've really switched over to more like this.
Yeah, and it's definitely hurt them, obviously.
I'll say this: it's a combination of two things. One, I think they've definitely like pivoted more to like try to recognize these movies in lieu of them having, broad commercial success. But like, to be honest, you go back and look at like 70s, 80s, like Jaws is like a Best Picture winner. Rocky, I believe, is a Best Picture winner, or it's at least a nominee when there's only 5 nominees. Indiana Jones, I think, is a nominee, and like, is Spider-Man or, oh God, I can't think of it. Endgame, are those as good as Indiana Jones? I don't think so, but, it's tough, but I feel like I look at this list and, with 10 movies, it just feels very, maybe I'd say isolationist. Like the fact that like it's already sort of assumed that Power of the Dog has won, which, Sam enjoyed. 3 of us had at best mixed feelings on.
Yeah.
And I feel like that will like age a little bit better as a movie, but I was talking to like my parents about it, and obviously they have like a very limited stuff that they'll have a patience for, and I was like, don't even bother.
Yeah.
Don't even bother.
It's
And,
not
like,
a recommend for you movie. And,
right.
And there's very, very few people that I could ever say you'd like Power of the Dog.
Yeah.
But
Super
like
slow
something,
burn.
even going back 2 years to Parasite, it's unfortunate to me that like Parasite, since it's a foreign language film, is never going to have like great commercial success. But like if there was an equivalent American made, like if that movie, and again, it's hard to separate the two, and like I don't want to as a movie guy, but like if that was an American movie, that would have done like Knives Out like good. Like that would have had like a solid like, couple $100 million easily.
Yeah.
Yes.
With, good, and not exactly like huge stars, but like, stars in it and stuff like that. That would have done really well.
John, like you mentioned with like Jaws and Rocky and stuff, like, we're many years removed from when those debuted, and they're remembered as some of the best movies of all time that even as a casual moviegoer, you've seen these movies or at least heard of them. And the fact that Parasite is foreign language definitely hurts it like more than anything else, because if that was an English movie, unfortunately, I feel like that could probably arguably be one of the greatest movies of all time, like maybe on the top 100 list of greatest movies of all time. But it I mean,
I think it is now,
hurts.
but it would have a much larger cultural cachet.
Easily,
for sure.
easily. It's just, and like, there's so many people who out there, you could be like, this is the greatest movie ever, but it's in, Korean. People are just like, no, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
It's like, but you don't understand. It's such a good movie. Like, I have to read the whole time. Like, screw that.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Transformers. I'd rather do that. It's turn your brain off and just watch. Ooh, cool explosions. Like, it's sad that that's the case. But like, I look at this list, having seen, I would say about half of it, or no, having a general knowledge of most of it. Don't really see any that will last. Last. 10 years from now, no one's going to talk about any of these.
Dune.
Maybe Dune.
I think people.
No, I
Dune
think
would be the
Dune
closest.
Will, yeah.
Dune will probably be the closest.
But here's the thing: what if the next Dune sucks? No one's going to
Totally
talk about
fair.
it.
Impossible to happen, but totally fair point.
Right. Well, it's
no, it's definitely possible.
Yeah. If the next Dune sucks, no one's going to talk about this anymore. So, like, any of these, none of them are going to be, talked about 10 years, let alone 30, 40,
So-
Yeah, this is like the
years.
Green Book category, the Green Book year.
So
Nobody's talking about those movies.
So
No.
my counterpoint to this whole like, well, they used to put like Jaws and like Indiana Jones up there, is that remember that's the era where they never gave Kubrick a win in director or best picture.
Mm-hmm. Valid.
So it's like it's an either or for this. I feel like you're either going like, okay, what is the best picture in the popular zeitgeist, or what is the most in our opinion, most artistically fulfilling. And no matter what you do, also you're screwed because this is entirely subjective.
No, it's fair, and like I don't think there's a single like Oscars that you could look at like the big 8 acting, best picture, director, writing, where you probably 5 years out wouldn't have at least like half the field be different, half of the winners be different. No, that's always been a thing. I don't know. You go back even like early 2000s though, it's like you've got like Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Yep.
It's even like it's like 50-50 you go back of like it's like a one for them, one for us kind of thing. Like even I don't know, like even like I feel like $1 Million Baby like made a couple $100 million at the box office. So obviously now we've had 2 very weird years of COVID box office numbers. This year, Dune was the only one to gross more than $40 million at the box office of Best Picture nominees. You would have thought.
You want the total amount?
It's staggering. Yeah.
So the Oscar nominees in total last
less
year
than 100
made 4% of total domestic.
Well, you also
and this is last year 2021, right?
2021.
You also have to factor in 4%. That what are we looking at? 3 of these movies are on streaming.
3 were streaming only.
Yeah.
Yes, you were correct.
Like
so
their box office numbers is that like one theater in LA they opened because they wanted to qualify.
Absolutely.
I mean,
You're
Sam, half of the movies were either exclusive streaming or streaming day and date releases with Dune and King Richard. I believe those are the only 2 other ones. So yeah, I mean it's not even obviously was never going to be a real year to begin with, but even then, half of the field has these artificially depressed numbers. So, I mean, look, I don't think a lot of people, just generally speaking, saw a movie in theaters this year unless it was Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was only Spider-Man.
Was Spider-Man like 15? Like, Spider-Man has to be at least 10% of the domestic box office, right?
Probably more, right?
Which is absurd.
I'd have to look it up. I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I'll look it up.
Please look it up. But I don't know. I look at this. First of all, seriously, why the fuck is Don't Look Up on this list?
That's depressing. I don't think it's going to win, thankfully.
My feeling with
but it's also up for the best director, best editing, which the editing was god awful of this movie.
The thing about Don't Look Up, and I was thinking about this after I saw that, is this movie feels like one of those movies where it's too big to fail. Where it's just got too many people attached. It's just got, it checks too many boxes for the Academy. Like, it just, no matter what, it was going to end up here.
But, like, how the hell is, maybe you, like, Denny, the guy who did Dune.
Denis Villeneuve.
How is he not?
Yeah.
So that was, to me, probably
nominated?
the biggest snub on what was probably the hardest movie to direct of the whole year.
Yeah.
And also, to me, had the most distinct vision of, honestly, any big sci-fi thing I've seen in, like, 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, I like, just how?
I mean, look, if your logic behind this, which, as Sean said, could possibly already be flawed if like the second one comes out and it sucks and if isn't doesn't hold up. But this whole like you saw with Lord of the Rings of like, oh, we'll give it to them at the end sort of thing. Yeah. Which I mean, I don't think was like ever really unfair. I mean, I think some people probably think Two Towers is maybe better, but whatever. But to not even nominate him is just bizarre. Yeah. I mean, what were the director nominees?
Kenneth Branagh.
Movies. Say the movies, please.
Japanese name. The guy who did Drive My Car.
Kenneth Branagh,
Paul Thompson
did
Anderson,
Belfast.
Jane Campion, and Steven Spielberg.
Licorice Pizza, Power Dog, West Side Story.
Yeah, the West Side Story one is interesting. I mean, I haven't seen it. It is. Oh, that one is coming to Disney Plus, by the way, not Hulu. In first week of March.
All right,
good.
But the thing with the Spielberg one, I haven't seen it. All I know is the buzz around it, and everybody's saying that it's one of Spielberg's best movies.
So everyone says it's good.
Yeah. So all right, so if it's one of Spielberg's best movies, yeah, nominate his ass.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the greatest directors of all time doing one of his best movies of all time. Like, yeah, I'm fine with him being up there. But, like, I don't know.
I'll be honest, I feel like I'm least equipped to weigh in on Best Director of all the major ones, as the 3 Best Picture nominees I haven't seen are represented in Best Director. Like, I've only seen 2 of the 5 movies there.
So Belfast you can rent, I think, on Prime.
Yeah, it's like a box office rental.
Yeah, Drive My Car, I think, is in theaters only. Select theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Licorice Pizza is theaters, although I guess it's going to expand this weekend if you do want to see it. Again, my movie of the year, you would probably enjoy it. I don't know if you're necessarily going to love it, but it's a good movie. So here's one thing that I heard, Sean, a lot with like why is Don't Look Up in there? Because I'll admit, awful choice. Really bad.
No,
I mean, you
seriously,
have 10 movies, but it's actually a bad movie to me. You know?
Yeah.
And I just think that's going to age horribly. But it's on Netflix. Everybody can go see it. You know, everybody watched it. I mean, it came out, Christmas? So, you know, it had a lot of penetration there.
But like, I also see that it's nominated for best score, original score, right?
Is it? Yeah.
I believe so, which I'm like, when I think
even
music,
That's that stupid Ariana Grande thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like the whole concert, like, what the fuck was the point of that? Like, that was like 5 minutes of Ariana Grande singing a song, which, like, if you listen to the lyrics, it's like, maybe it's funny because of what she's singing about and like the lyrics to the song. But the fact that I've been sitting here for so long and I'm just so bored and nothing has been funny, and then you're throwing this out there, it's like, maybe if the movie's been funny up to this point, I'd be like, ha ha ha, this is a very funny thing. But it's like 5 fucking minutes long.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying.
Well, I mean, the score is not, probably anything you heard there. Nicholas Patel,
right?
None of you watch Succession. He does the score for all of it, and it's hilarious because it's all the same theme, but it's like different, variations upon it. And it's great. But that's not what's nominated. I couldn't tell you what it sounded like, what any of it, Don't Look Up sounded like. I have rewatched some of Power of the Dog. I'm like 2/3 of the way through a rewatch of that one. Get back to you the next month when I'm done. But that's got a good score. The only thing is, it's Johnny Greenwood. I think it was in Radiohead, I want to say. He does a lot of the Paul Thomas Anderson ones, including There Will Be Blood, which, is also kind of like a movie set around that time period in the West. And it's just like so familiar. Like it sounds almost exactly like it that, I don't know. I hope it's Zimmer. I really do. Like I feel strongly about that.
I
love
will
Dune,
always
but...
root for Zimmer.
I
have complaints. But...
Any man who can combine bagpipes and Mongolian throat singing in one song deserve an award.
Yeah.
Can I give kudos to the boosters at Apple TV who are putting Coda in the Best Picture realm there? I mean, I think it was anyway, but
based on based on what I've heard from you guys, like, yeah, it might be one of the best movies of the year. Problem is, I don't think it was a strong year for movies. I really don't, because we're still this was supposed to be we're back from COVID. Let's put all the good stuff out that we held back from last year. And honestly, not that great a year. There's a few good gems in there. But
we didn't get blockbusters this year. This was the pause,
Yeah. I'm sort of shocked that the Apple movie that was nominated was Coda over Tragedy of Macbeth. But part of that, I think it's just like...
But in every way possible, Coda is a better movie than Tragedy of Macbeth. Tragedy of Macbeth is the movie was made for quite literally 1% of the population.
I don't think that's unfair, but I do think there are components of Macbeth that are much better. I mean, I don't know. It's like impossible to compare one to the other, but like, I think it's like very strong in some elements, and then some others not so much. But I think all these movies have flaws. So
did it get film, not editing, but production?
I think it got production design, possibly even cinematography. Hans Zimmer, by the way, won Oscar. Do you know what it is?
Lion
Best
King.
original score.
I don't know. Lion King.
It's not
It is Lion
freaking
King.
Christopher Nolan.
Is it Lion King?
It is Lion King.
Boosh, boosh, boosh.
Not
yeah,
Boss Baby?
I've been playing that. No, it
Not Boss
What?
Baby? He did Boss Baby.
he did do Boss Baby.
It's
Hans
wild because
like,
all these Nolan ones are so good too. But I mean, they're all good. Let's be real.
John Williams is a great conductor, but Hans Zimmer is the GOAT when it comes to conductors.
Sound. Give me sound.
Yeah, to me, it's Williams has better songs, but I think Zimmer's got better scores.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well, this year
we got to do. By the way, we do have to do, and we can just throw Zimmy in there too. But we got to do the Hans Zimmer John Williams episode preferably before John Williams dies. Which, by the way, I think it was his birthday this week. So
it was his birthday
John.
this week. Yay, John!
This year is going to be interesting for the Oscar picks. I think last year did last year I win the
what
pick
overall?
Yeah,
I won overall. I took overall.
Oh, you did? What year did I win?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think 2019, I believe,
Yeah,
or
I
maybe
have
it was 2020.
four of those little trophies that my kids play with.
Hey,
whatever. Any final thoughts here? We'll be talking about it more, obviously. I think when the award ceremony is in a month away in March.
Yeah, it's in March.
Yep.
March 27th. Yeah, a month and a half away. So
Full.
there'll be a lot of.
Oh, I know. Big Oscar news, although it's kind of like pointless. So, did you guys know Elton John does an Oscar party every year for the past 30
I go
years?
to it.
Yeah. He will not be there this year because they pushed back the Oscars due to COVID. So it falls on a date that he is performing somewhere. So he will not be attending his Oscar party. So when you go, guys, he won't be there, unfortunately.
Darn.
Okay.
That's my number one Oscar party to go to is
Elton John.
Elton John.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to be honest, like,
I've-
that might be amazing or really boring. I don't know which.
Oh, God.
I don't
Elton
think it's
John.
boring.
Gonna be- no, it would not be boring.
Can I make a request?
I don't know if it's going to be fun, but I don't think it's going to be boring.
When we do the Oscar picks, we should do an over-under of how long the ceremony is going to be, or...
Sean,
I don't think they're hosted this year, right? Not hosted.
No, there is a host this year, but they haven't announced.
Yet to be announced. This is what they're going to do. They're going to announce them like the morning of the show, so they can't get canceled.
That's a smart move. That's probably the smartest move. In all seriousness, that's probably the smartest.
They shouldn't even tell anybody. Just like the show starts and then like the announcer announces.
Just do it like
shit.
do it like the Golden Globes, where nobody knows it's happening. It's just Twitter is like, this person won.
Yeah.
Just opens up. They throw it from the red carpet, and then it's like, and now Billy Crystal.
And now, Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
It's Mel Gibson doing like a ventriloquist act. Like, oh my god, this is not going to go well.
All right, let's just do Ron Perlman doing it. Let's just have Ron Perlman doing the Oscar.
Oh,
As a
man.
ventriloquist.
No, just being Ron Perlman. That's it.
Anyways, so yeah, we definitely need to move on.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
We're going to speed through a 2022 preview here.
No,
No, we do have some. We do have to talk a little bit in length, somewhat about the
Agreed.
Jurassic Park, Jurassic
Jurassic.
World Dominion, or maybe
Yep.
even Jurassic World Pantera. I don't know.
Yeah. Shall I start off with the blockbuster? Go down here.
yeah, go ahead.
Just go for it.
All right. March 4th, The Batman.
Yeah, which could
Less
be
than a month away.
Which is what did we say? It's a 2.5 hour movie,
No, it's two
No, it's
over
almost
that.
3.
almost
Yeah.
3. That movie could
We've-
suck.
we've
It's going to
discussed
be
that.
4 movies.
Probably. We've discussed this ad nauseum. I
Yeah,
don't think any of us are really thrilled to sit in the theater and watch Batman for 3 hours.
no.
I feel like though at this point I'm almost like my expectations are so low that I mean I hope they're not let down because then it's gonna be really bad. But
I'm definitely going into the Batman with low expectations, just from like I don't think it's gonna be very good, and I hope it actually is very good. It'd be really nice, but I don't think it's.
I'll bring a pillow.
What's your realistic expectations here? If you had to name a single Batman movie post Adam West, what would you say this is going to compare to in quality and or tone? Well, not tone, but quality.
Quality.
God.
Probably like.
I feel like we should
Batman Forever, maybe.
Yeah. No, because that's like goofy.
No, I mean
and,
like
there's
quality
comedy
wise.
No, it's gonna be filmed better. It's gonna have better quality than that.
Because that intentionally got like super.
No,
campy.
but like I'm just saying quality wise, not tone. Quality.
I guess.
I'm gonna say Dark Knight Rises. Like it's gonna be a mess with maybe some interesting parts. You know?
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I can see that. It's gonna be a lot of just noise, but a couple pieces you can actually hold on to.
Have they said if his parents gonna die in this again, or?
Oh, they will probably in the opening credits.
He's gonna shoot him. That's the twist.
All right. Let's go. We've discussed this ad nauseum.
I know.
Next up, movie that's been pushed out more times than Kevin Hart hosting the Oscars. Morbius, April 1st.
Yay!
Finally,
Right.
It was supposed to be this month, but not happening because they want that money.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. If you want to watch a
Spider-Man
transformative Jared Leto role, do yourself a favor and rent House of Gucci. Legitimately, that movie's not very good. I mean, it's fun, but it's not good. That's an Oscar snub, by the way.
I did something about Gucci that I saw, like it was before the nominations were announced. I forget what I was reading about, but somebody was making fun of Leto's prosthetics, like basically saying like 20 pounds of facial prosthetics in this movie to make him look like a gargoyle.
No,
and
real,
like,
though.
and then it's like nominated for makeup and hairstyling. It's like, oh my god. Like, and then I actually looked at a picture of Leto from the movie. I was like, oh god.
Listen, John, with that category, you're scored by the pound of makeup.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look at Suicide Squad.
Right. Anyway,
moving on.
What else, Chris?
Sonic, early April, Fantastic Beasts, Secret Dumbledore, final movie in the trilogy.
No, I think they're making two more.
No, no.
Jesus.
Yeah, I thought it was a 4-parter.
I mean, not that I'm complaining, but just, I mean,
you should
trying to
Are
beat a
you
dead
looking
horse.
forward to that, Chris, or not?
I am. It's Harry Potter world, so whatever. I'll enjoy it. Then that's in April. Yep. April 15th, and then at the end of April we get the Northman, which we discussed a little bit.
Yeah,
Alexander Skarsgård. Then a little bit after that, in May, Doctor Strange. Multiverse of Madness.
Yep.
That has like a good 3-week spread of nothing else coming out. DC League of Super Pets. That's with the Rock.
It's gonna
and,
suck so much.
Kids are gonna love it. So it's gonna be a big
is
deal.
going to suck so bad. It's going to be horrible.
We'll see.
It's going to be a bad movie.
Okay, moving on. Top Gun, finally.
Yeah.
May.
Speaking of
May.
movies that have been pushed back.
Yeah, 2 movies in the same weekend. Bob Burger movie was supposed to be, 2 years ago?
No.
No,
Yeah.
I thought they announced that like.
Yeah, they announced that like 2 years ago.
Bob's Burger movie was
Did
on
they?
the movie preview list for last year.
Well, yeah, but COVID.
There's a whole bunch of movies that came out last year.
There was-
This is an
honestly, I
animated
don't-
movie.
I don't think it was ever announced for last year. I think it was rumored for last year. I don't think it was actually announced.
Pretty sure it was on my list, but either way, it comes out at the end of May.
But it's definitely has because I actually does anybody watch?
Okay,
watch
we got to talk about
No.
Jurassic World.
Nobody in the free world
I
watched
watch
it.
Bob Burgers.
I do.
I gotta.
Yeah, 2 of us. Boom, half of us. Take that, Chris. No, like I've been paying attention to the Bob's Burgers movie. Like it hasn't been announced. Like this is the first time they're like it's coming out this year. Anyways, moving on to Jurassic World.
Yeah, big news today. We got a trailer. We got the first look of these
We got a
totally of this totally like coked out plot of a Jurassic Park movie. This is, I believe, the culmination of the three movie saga Jurassic World with, Chris Pratt. Oh my god, guys. And like, okay, so to roughly sketch it out, Sean, you have still not seen the second one, correct?
And I probably will never.
The second one is called what?
Fallen Kingdom.
Does anyone remember?
Fallen Kingdom.
These subtitles suck so much. It's like the most blandest shit you could possibly imagine. Okay. So, just to recap, Jurassic World, fine. Like, I'll give it the Force Awakens kind of treatment of like, yeah, you remade the first one, cool, man. The second one, dog shit. Like, maybe like one of my least favorite movies of all time.
It's up there. It's up there.
Okay, so coming into the third one, for me personally, incredibly low expectations. I saw the casting, felt like it was very much like we're gonna reach for any rock possible and try to climb up. And let me tell you guys, I saw this trailer and it looks so fucking ridiculous and stupid, but I am hooked.
John, I'm with you. I was watching this, I went, my god, they've gone so dumb, it might actually be entertaining now.
Yes, we have reached the expended dinos part of this franchise.
Like if quality on dumbness was like a spectrum, it's a horseshoe spectrum.
Yes.
If you get dumb enough,
No,
you
this
start
is the
getting entertaining again.
Yes, this is the full-on, like, maximalist, like, we're gonna fire everything we have left in the chamber, like Jurassic Park. Like, okay, for real, though, one of you guys mentioned Fast and Furious. That's exactly, like, this was a multinational, spy thriller, heist move. Like, what the fuck? This is Jurassic Park.
Yeah, they're like a velociraptor
go
is
across the
chasing
world?
someone in a car chase through the streets of Venice or Rome. And I'm
Right.
like, the hell?
I'm like, how did they get to Europe? I thought they were only in North America.
We
Yeah,
should,
we
we
had
should
this, like-
question the Velociraptor, whether or not that truly is a Velociraptor, by the way.
Fair enough. Also, like, I still just come back to this fact of how, like, okay, so, like, in Planet of the Apes, they're, like, incredibly smart, super muscular beings. These are, like, like, you can just shoot them, guys. Like,
They know how to
Maybe
open
they're like
doors.
Mungo, where shooting them makes them angry.
I still don't understand how it even works, but, yeah, we did get some cool shots of, like, Parasaurolophus running with, like, with some cowboys and stuff like that.
Mustangs there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really cool sixth season of Yellowstone, I guess, but, yeah.
We'll get some like actual dinosaurs that look theoretically like dinosaurs.
God, what if like Renner showed up though in this movie?
Like just Jason Bourne showed up too.
Dude, okay, hang on. When the Velociraptor was like jumping on someone on a motorbike, wasn't that like a shot straight out of like one of the Bourne movies?
Yes, I was thinking that exact same thing. I was just so like it's even like the camera angle is the same.
No,
as
it
what
looks
would be
exactly
for a
the
Jason
same.
Bourne movie.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's a Velociraptor.
Yeah. I don't think,
Jesus
I don't,
Christ,
why are we
it's a
traveling the
Velociraptor.
world? Like I don't feel the need to travel the world.
I don't know.
in this
This
movie.
this part of the saga, I guess you would say, these recent 3 movies, it just seems like it's like, what is the dumbest decision a human being can make? And that's what our characters are gonna make. Like, what? Why? Like, I mean, you go back to the last movie where it's like, we need to get the Indominus Rex DNA. Let's open the Mosasaur-sized door to get in. Like, why? Like, it's just
Because they just wanted just
Yeah.
wanted the DNA.
But why is there a Mosasaur-sized door to the wild?
You gotta take it out for plop plops.
Oh, yeah, good call.
God, so this is this is Colin Trevorrow coming back to direct this too.
It is,
Like,
yeah.
His career is just so done.
It's like, I mean, it is interesting. It is going to be kind of weird, cool in a way. It's it's like the
just,
Deadliest Catch crew. It is now fighting
I
Moses.
I hope
Can you imagine like
reviews for
Sig
this.
Hansen tackling a Moses.
Like it's gone full
I
circle.
really
It's now
hope-
so dumb. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what
want-
this is, right? This is essentially like, what if the last 20 minutes of Lost World
Yeah.
was just the movie?
Yeah. Yep.
Which, fuck it. No, real. I mean, we're
Yeah,
just gonna
no,
remake
yeah.
Jurassic Park again for a third time.
Yeah.
You know, fuck it.
I really hope that the reviews for this are like, not talking like Rotten Tomatoes or anything, but like everybody says, just this is a bad movie, but man, did I have fun watching it.
Right.
That's what
You know
I
what
want.
this? You know what I feel like this is, Sean? Like our top level of enjoyment. This is you watching God of All Monsters or whatever, or whatever the last
King of the
Godzilla
Monsters.
was. Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's like, all I want is dinosaur fighting. It's like, well, that's the whole movie. It's like, yay, dinosaurs.
That's what the best part of the first one was. Dinosaurs.
The only thing I'm bummed about is the girl from like the little girl in the second movie is
The
clearly,
clone?
like, in this movie.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big. That's gonna be a big.
How do
figure.
you know that? You haven't even watched it.
Because that's why she released all the clone dinosaurs, because she was one of them.
She was one of them.
Are you guys excited for the inevitable, like, who's smarter, Chris Pratt or I can't think of his name, but Alan
Sam
Grant.
Neill.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. We have been force-fed that Chris Pratt is an action hero type actor. He's not.
Yeah.
At all. No,
I wouldn't
No,
say
you're
that.
right.
I wouldn't
He's
say
not.
that.
He's
I
not.
wouldn't
No,
say
he
that.
is not.
He's
What would you
best
say?
use is like Star Lord, right? Like he's
Right.
he's a perfect comedic action comedy.
he's a
guy.
Yeah,
funny,
okay,
but
yeah,
like that those movies are carried by so many of the side characters.
Well, then they'll
Whereas
fit right in here.
if you're given, but the problem is with these Jurassic World movies is Chris Pratt is a serious action hero
Yeah.
lead. He's not a stupid, funny kind of guy, which is what Star-Lord technically like is in the movies, where he's just like he's kind of an idiot, but like like ragtag team, they come together and they win. With this, the Tomorrow War, like
Yeah.
he's not an action hero, but
He's just not. Yeah, you're right.
like he's a comedic actor, and like give me a good Chris Pratt comedy, I will probably laugh my ass off and enjoy it. Chris Pratt is an action hero, no.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not expecting a lot from any of the actors and actresses from this movie.
Also, love how they're going back to the. So I guess there's continuity, right, from like the third one, right? Like Jurassic Park 3
yeah, I think so.
to this movie, right? Like
JP3.
it's in the same
Yeah.
arc. Okay,
Yeah,
because we sort of already had the Grant Sadler, like,
right.
the first off the love connection, which doesn't exist in the book because he would have been fucking canceled in a second because she's like 17 in the book, or like 19 and he's like 40. Yeah. So I guess in conclusion, let's see. We'll see what the reviews are like. I'm gonna go see it either way. This
Look,
movie
we're
is
gonna
so-
see it either
so
way.
stupid.
Look,
We're gonna see this movie.
I think this movie is helped by the pandemic, where it's like it's dinosaurs. I'll go see it.
Yeah.
I need to
No,
go
no,
see some
no, no,
movies this year.
This theoretically could be a big, like the first big summer blockbuster.
I mean,
I
Doctor
doubt it.
Strange.
Oh, I think Doctor Strange is gonna be
Yeah,
or Top
Yep,
Gun.
I'm sorry. Yep, that's summer too.
I'm-
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Top. Yeah, I maybe Top Gun. I don't know.
I think Top Gun put asses in seats though. Tom Cruise is like still a star.
Yeah, but anyway.
Speaking of which, I think we'll probably talk about Reacher maybe next week.
If you
anybody
want
else
to,
wanna watch that?
I've watched all of it. So if you want to,
Okay. All right. Let's keep gunning through
Yep.
here. We've got Lightyear, which is going to be a theatrically released movie, right? It's not Disney Plus.
yes, yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's theatrical.
So that's a Pixar movie with Chris Evans as Buzz
Buzz
Lightyear
Lightyear.
as a person. Okay. Moving on, we've got we got this Baz Luhrmann Elvis movie, which just seems I don't know what the fuck to make of it, but I'm kind of intrigued. It'll be interesting to see when that trailer hits. One of the big we have a Minions movie for the
Yeah,
for the kids.
can't wait for
That was
that.
supposed to be last year too, by the way.
July
That one has
1st.
been pushed back a lot, but because of the pandemic.
We do have, as our sort of co-Marvel anchor for the summer, Thor: Love and Thunder, which we have not heard much about. I know there was reshoots, I guess pretty significant reshoots on the end of last year. So be interesting to see when we get a trailer for this.
That will be
didn't
probably
they release pictures
closer
of
to 4th of
Natalie
July.
Portman like as Thor?
I think
Wait,
those
didn't
were.
they literally have
I
the
think
trailer
those were
for that?
leaked. No.
Oh wait, no, hang on, no, no, that was multiverse. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We still haven't truly seen a multiverse trailer, right? We've
I
seen
mean-
like clips, like
No.
That was a
No,
trailer.
that was
Multiverse
a
of
trailer.
Madness.
that was
There's
a trailer
at the
Okay,
end.
all right,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, I wouldn't expect a trailer for Thor until St. Patrick's Day, late March probably.
Yeah. Early April.
They'll probably wait. Yeah, honestly, it might even be like leading up. Like I don't think they want to suck the air out of
Doctor
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, the thing with Thor though, it's not the 4th of July weekend. It's the weekend after.
Yeah, I think it's middle week though because it looks like it's on the 8th.
Yeah, well, the 8th is a Friday, but it's obviously coming out the Wednesday. But the thing is, I think the holiday's the Monday or Sunday of that week. So I thought it would be like July 1st.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It might. So I'm saying this one might be pushed up a week to hit that holiday weekend.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get a lot of that this year. Just even like there's
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to compare to a normal 2019 sort of year of like, is there actually stuff?
I doubt
hope
there's going to
I
be.
hope we're done with stuff actually getting legit pushed back because of COVID. But
Yeah, I doubt there's going to
never
be
know.
month swings, like 2 month swings. I think it's more going to be like 1 week, 2 week here and there.
yeah, moving on here, we've got Bullet Train, which I don't think we've heard a lot about, but there's a lot of people in that. I think this is the one like Brad Pitt is producing, or
Yeah, this
Am I
is
got that right?
This is where a bunch of assassins get on a train and stuff goes awry.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
It almost reminds me of like those like Smoking Aces movies, but maybe this will
Like,
actually be like good.
All right, as an elevator pitch, I'm sold.
We've got the next week after, which would be July 22nd. We have Nope, which is oh god, I can't think of his name right now. The guy who did Get Out. Jordan Peele's follow-up
yep.
to Us.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting. I haven't been a huge fan of like Us, but I thought Get Out was good. Anyway, Black Adam is the week after, this is The Rock's DC movie, the first Rock comic book movie, which is a big deal, but I couldn't tell you why really.
Honestly, like I feel like it should be a big deal, but like I don't think anybody cares. I really
Yeah.
don't.
Chris,
Like, no one is
anything
buzzing
else
about it.
Yeah, anything else here really jumping out? We've got the Halloween. Oh, we got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse
Part 1.
in October.
We got Dark
Halloween
Harvest.
ends.
We got Dark Harvest.
What is
Scarecrow
Dark
movie.
Harvest?
No
Wait,
idea.
re-
I just
hold
I just
on,
think
what?
it's a Scarecrow movie.
Dark Harvest? Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that already
Yeah,
named
it
a
is.
Scarecrow movie?
Yeah, it is. It's just I
Yeah.
saw that name and I'm like, God, this looks so stupid. So let's
Okay.
just
I
throw it on
mean,
there.
yeah. No, because we watched the. I own the first one, but
I
like,
saw that. I saw the poster, the picture of the poster, and it looks. I mean, it looks like a kind of a cornfield with.
All right, let me just let's just
Jack o' lantern.
gun through the rest here.
Yep.
We got the finish of the last one of the Halloween. Halloween ends. We got the Flash coming in November. Black Panther, which at the moment is slated for November 11th.
for now.
I feel like that might change. Matilda?
They're remaking
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
remake of the was it Roald Dahl's Matilda.
We have now this cannot be right. Or
No,
this is,
it is.
There's
It
no
is.
way
It is
is.
correct.
It is
this
correct.
is correct. Okay,
Yep.
this will change, but
Yes,
at the
100%.
moment, I think probably because let me tell you, right now Avatar 2 and Aquaman, which are an incredible combination because I think they're both heavily underwater movies.
Yes, they are.
Are both slated. Maybe this is just guys. Maybe this is like a 7-hour like double feature in 3D. on December 16th. Both currently coming out. I have a feeling one will move. I would guess.
Which one do you think will be pushed
Aquaman.
back?
That's a good question.
2023.
What do you guys think?
Aquaman will be pushed back.
I think Avatar 2 will be pushed back.
I think Avatar
don't
2
think so.
will get pushed back.
I have a feeling Avatar 2 might get pushed.
I still believe that the Avatar movies have been some kind of tax dodge that what's his face has been doing all these years. James Cameron.
James
yeah.
Cameron.
And then we've got Super Mario Brothers.
Yes.
Is that live action?
Yeah.
That is,
Oh yeah, Chris
no,
Pratt, right?
that's the Chris Pratt doing the voice. That's not live action.
Oh, it's not? I thought it was live action.
No, it is not.
We're so upset that it's not live action. We've already had one and it was garbage.
Yeah.
There's also, not on this list, but was advertised this week, a shitload of Netflix movies, which
If you
can
scroll
check
down a
out.
little bit
Just
more,
scroll
we
down.
have the
Scroll
list.
down a little bit.
that's what all. Yeah,
there
so
is
Knives
one
Out
on
2.
this list that you have TBD, which I'm assuming you made
Was
this
it-
list a while ago, which is Hocus Pocus 2 was announced as a Halloween release.
Yeah, I left
Yeah,
the
I would
TBD because
say-
there's no set date. So.
There is a
Yeah.
set date. It
Oh,
will
there
be
is.
Halloween.
I
October,
put this 3
September.
weeks ago. So I did
No,
this
yeah,
3 weeks ago.
like a week or two ago, they announced it's going to
Okay,
come out
that's
on
probably what it
Halloween.
is. Yeah, Hocus Pocus 2. I knew it was around Halloween, and then Prey, the
What's that?
Predator movie.
Oh, that
From Disney.
movie.
That's
yeah.
TBD, but it's supposed to be this year. So
That's that
see about that.
Cloverfield movie where they're like, hey, this is a good movie. What if we tie it in with the Predator?
we'll see. It's supposedly supposed to be a Predator movie.
It wasn't originally. They
Yeah.
they found they.
Truthfully,
like
that's
I
a lot
said,
of movies, though. You know,
That's true.
A top 2 Die Hard movie was not a Die Hard movie when it was written, which is Die Hard with a Vengeance.
We get some blockbusters.
Well, we also
And
I hope so.
hopefully
we also
hope
are
so.
getting Knives Out
Up and running
too,
again.
which I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm
straight
excited
to
for it.
Netflix.
We did
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
I'm
in
excited
that
for that
Netflix. We did see in that Netflix movie or Netflix preview some scenes from Ryan Gosling in a movie called The Gray Man, where he's wearing gray. So I'm guessing he is the Gray Man. But we'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I can say
Extraction
is,
2. Jesus Christ, really?
Yeah, dude, I like the first one, so I'll take it.
Okay.
It's a shoot 'em
Okay.
up. It's a shoot 'em up.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
and then
Sure.
we'll have, and then really not on this list because who the hell ever knows that these things? But all the Oscar bait stuff will be out too at the end of the year,
Right.
as that will start to fill in once we get closer to the summer. So
And I'm pretty sure, Chris, Chip and Dale is a TV show.
Is it?
It is.
Okay. All right. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though,
recognize that.
if we're just
Whatever.
talking about big picture like entertainment release, I haven't gone through our. Is this a TV? This is like pretty comprehensive, huh? The TV list here.
Yeah, I don't screw around with my previews, boys.
Yeah, which we won't get
Christ.
to tonight, possibly tomorrow, next week.
Next week we'll get into it. a
But
little
there
bit.
are a lot of big name things that are going to be TV shows. Biggest of which, at least money wise, I heard there's going to be a trailer for Lord of the Rings. There was just a big preview article today in Vanity Fair about it. Like a lot of first look at like the pictures and the characters, which I guess like literally they're going to take everybody who's like immortal / super old and like that's who it's going to be about. So a lot of elves and dwarves. Get ready. Anyway, we'll talk about that. I'm sure we'll have some Super Bowl react. I'm sure there'll be some big shoes dropping there.
I hope so.
Any final thoughts, guys?
Go to the movie theater this year.
Hopefully.
Support your local theaters.
Hopefully they put out stuff that we can support. I'll go with that.
Oh, come on, man. There's always good movies out there. I mean, not really, but
No, there isn't. That's the problem.
Well, this is where we have blockbusters this year, folks. Like,
I
this
agree.
is-
Based on this list, there's more I feel like that I'm excited for this year than I've been the past like 2 years.
Yeah, I know it's not going to be great, but I'm still going to love going to see it. So
Yeah. It'll be fun.
just go to your local theaters, support your local theaters. They've been hurting past couple of years.
Yeah. All right. Any other final thoughts?
Well,
All right, I'll take that as a no. Well, you can find us on Podbean, Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, apparently. still on that.
With Rogan, we haven't gotten nearly the blowback, but we're trying really hard to get some.
You can find us at facebook.com/Knights of Nerdatude. We are on YouTube as well. Keep an eye out. All of our podcasts are streaming on YouTube. Keep an eye out for original content on there coming soon. Until next time.